operating under the authority of the District Chief Executive of Amansia Central, Emmanuel Obin Ajeman. According to the patterns we observed, miners were said to be paying 3,000 Ghana cedis for every Chanfan machine, one leg as it is termed, while others pay 30,000 Ghana cedis and more for every excavator in usage. Our investigation also uncovered receipts and warrant stickers being issued to guarantee uninterrupted illegal operations when payments were made.
The whole issue, no more petroleum the police for them. If you go back, you know, so more years more for the senior and more mine. And the other one is that started as 700. 700 million. So if I were to go new, and no idea, and I can't ensure what this form of us will tell you.
These allegations demanded deeper inquiry, but our strongest evidence came from a recorded phone call with the District Chief Executive. In the tape, he confirms that the task force collects monies and that it operates under his instructions.
Assembly may as DC, Mama na start when you so on ye. One of your mining desk officer. It is a Aquanian, send us here and then fine, ye can't answer. And I'm going to say, the Benya already complains here. Or started Maui almost 1 month on one leg. Miners are on your many encounter. My friend, almost 20. One more friend encounter. Obi a wa friend bi eni ho a me ma people on dia frɛ malam me ka che na say ene ne nkokasa na ya ma ne 2 minutes wonje.
It is at this point that we confirm the cash payment in exchange for galamsey. Undercover, we infiltrated the Jakobu Township, the seat of the District Assembly, posing as illegal miners operating at Eskesu, one of the mining communities. It is time for us to uncover the loot. We secretly filmed every process and navigated the community on motorbikes. The assembly is where we intend to make payments and confirm every illegal mining scandal. Our undercover operation led us to Philemon, a receptionist at the District Assembly. He greeted us and with apparent willingness agreed to help us procure a warrant sticker for our galamsey operation. He called one district engineer who would later send us contact to the mining desk officer himself.
Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Boss Macho, okay, your baby to stick out.
Okay, to stick out. And see, Onim, Mame, Odemodion, Mame, Miss Officer in Casaway. It is no matter the man and I'm more in the Panacasaway.
All right.
Yeah, just stick out.
Hours passed as we waited for the mining desk officer and leader of the task force, a man known interchangeably as Red, Malam or Nana, who also served as the community's chief imam. Our wait was prolonged because he was reportedly out on an operation collecting the tax from illegal miners. Payments were allegedly collected on Mondays and Wednesdays alone. Later, we managed to speak with the head of the mining desk on phone. He confirmed the 3,000 Ghana cedi payment for Chamfan machines and instructed us to wait for his arrival, which was very uncertain.
Pacho Chamfan bako.
Chamfan na uka.
Pachani.
1 leg no.
Pachani.
We have about that bro.
Pacho
the fire gadget.
the fight.
No, the fire gadget.
E becha na ke pesi e kobe pikakra.
45 minutes.
Wow. Look, na kabekwa ni ntumi nhia o because e be say ke kokuma ase.
Okay, bra. E be on be ba me, no be sha.
It's weird you would say that a state that has called, irresponsible mining terrorism is then at the same time facilitating this through what is seemingly even state sanctioned, right? Because there are receipts that are involved. It means that the state infrastructure is accounting for its support and its own implications into it. So it's a strange arrangement where the state now is in itself an illegal miner.
Our investigation points to serious breaches of the law by state officials entrusted to protect the public. Under the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, facilitating or providing cover for illegal mining constitutes a criminal offense. Evidence gathered shows that officials who offered protection and collected payments may have crossed the line from regulators to accomplices. These actions potentially violates the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, which criminalizes corruption and abuse of public office, as well as the Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921, which prohibits unauthorized collection of public funds. The conduct of the District Chief Executive also raises questions under the Local Government Act 2016, Act 936, while the environmental damage may contravene the Environmental Protection Agency Act 1994, Act 490. With our investigation at the Assembly corroborated, we proceeded to some of the illegal mining sites at Eskesu. Here, the environmental destruction is starkly evident. Farmlands are gone, water bodies choked with sediment. At Eskesu, we met some illegal miners who detailed the exact process for making payments for Chamfan machines.
How much money you got? 20,000.
Into no excavator bako
30,000. 40,000. 30,000.
Masa.
One, this will put me in the 50,000, 60,000. Wow.
And a Chamfan,
That's a local shop. And no graduate from a young but this year in Africa. From the Saturday again, or money, but this year, Master to be in the buy.
I know your wine policy excavate at 3,000 your wine policy managed by
your policy, a best system. Not just the MPP problem, the system. Also, on my new program, saying a blast was a no, but the argument is a wish you cannot. Some matters here, I don't yet see I'm going to get the phone number. I do miss a girl, I'm saying the end person. So, I can't
The president needs to crack the whip on MMDCs within their localities. They are the superintendent heads of whatever happens at the local level. And mind you, Galamsey is not happening in Greater Accra. It's happening in the hinterlands. The communities where these MMDCs are caretakers and they hold power within that locality.
The consequences of this alleged extortion is palpable. While the country grapples with the Galamsey crisis, the Amansia Central District becomes a microcosm of how corruption can paralyze progress. This miner, Kofi Usu, angry yet helpless, told us that his men were arrested because he hadn't paid to register his machines.
And the bedroom is coming. Makulata, more than 3 hours. That time I'm about before best at 9:30 to 8 o'clock to I have back But and now almost this 3,000. I'm my receipt in your forgery paper. 5 days required December January. Now what are there 1 year 30 million now 5 days 2 months.
How much is 30 million?
3,000. Me almost me bra. One machine be 3,000. I have 1 machine be 3,000. Me mopa me contract mu enko ja ko newspaper. Me red. Me just red. Una bi kama me o se na yan kwa red ya kwa na imam. Se ko si aye na ye divide ye say. In say the pana tutu na ba wo so obebu awo de. Send ye nka ya sempa. Ye nya ye decide say a month or so 2 million. Yeah. Maybe you are media. So what you say? I knew that. Odo to be at the obin feature and some high give. any 2 weeks or any week to go na red go so buy. Red the catch right say as for one na juma na so no. National security for juma.
At his site, the extent of destruction is overwhelming. Forest reserves torn apart, farms buried under mud. Yet, he operates freely because he has paid to destroy the land.
Police 2 Police 2 almost 74. You need say you have police for me look at. Banya police in the show red nankasana. So wonsa. O we are not do am for you na police daily. Then they say me can see.
Now we need to know Jan.
Oh, you have 3,000 answer no we jan. Asa no say actually me black man. Or no so sa we go do machine say the machine for so.
At Mile 9, one of the communities near the Koboro section of the Apaprama Forest Reserve, the sounds of these Shamfan machines are loud. We pose as new miners seeking guidance. These 2 illegal miners welcomed us with the frankness of people long accustomed with working outside the law.
I know that you are very dressed. Oh, no, Cassa. I said, I'm not tired. My job back at the beer, that you say. Oh, yeah, this house. Yeah, I can't only assembly from Tamasi. I'll come from my children. You need me.
I didn't do no much.
The people were in house. Nema amino obi ansuno on traka mi en ha de wa bonten anu anso san jakom na kwa kokotua e tru anso so de obi a mo heda ma se de o mo beta ka obi se bia o mo bagiska na se bia bisa
and two to 3,000 na mutu ko 3,000 purchase of 1 leg sticker for 3,000.
As we arrived at the assembly for yet another attempt to complete our payments, we met a woman seated quietly in front of the building. What looked like an ordinary visit would soon reveal a story that exposed the cruelty of the system we had come to investigate. She was an illegal miner. Her machines had been seized earlier this morning, and like many before her, she had come here in desperation, not for justice, but for permission.
Na o ye adwuma wan. Yeah, we excuse.
I say excuse you can you go. Small can
1 leg.
I got you man as someone am over there.
Yeah, o. Africa na be sha say.
According to me, so means that the machine is here. This might be trying to be trained.
She told us that the district chief executive himself had directed her to return only after seeking approval from Red, the very man orchestrating the illegal collection.
The price is going to be a very, very, very good price. So those of you who don't have cocoa farms, go and start looking for land. The price is going to be a very, very, very good price. So those of you who don't have cocoa farms, go and start looking for land. The price is going to be a very, very, very good price. So those of you who don't have cocoa farms, go and start looking for land. The price is going to be a very, very, very good price. So those of you who don't have cocoa farms, go and start looking for land. The price
All right. Manfo. Ama muni na kwaba. At the bar and the political zone. So yeah, late there. And so it's better late than never. Sometimes they say Obashe dry cha na Obashe demu cha na UCC no. Minini breaking news to be another person ka me break no ha. But unfortunately, no man to me so much confirmation. Yenti no metran na nyame adoma Friday. Yeah, the name in album na ya no fine. And then Wednesday, I believe say US there on Canada, some parts of US. I feel now about 1246 what I say. Me did say Ghana so about 546 about 6 me ma akwaba TikTok for mo hwe me mesre mo say mo beta tap screen so and then mo fa me ko 50k why and then mo ma yendu 50k I am for likes number unya mo kan say rules and fam fa tap na bra na ja comment na share na repost too so far nipa me nipa na repost too enye nika why menya otamfo babetra wo hwe me ne de so obo amena page ni to me ko nti mon repost to na mon share enfan to baby asesemo de toto. I'll come back and give a shout out Facebook for any YouTube for so mesra mo said ya da me kan no se mo enja comment ya me hu na metumi aye den akan mesra mo o hwe me Facebook o hwe me YouTube se we enja comment ya me hu na metumi aye den metumi akan na mama akwa abakra po di aba program no so eno nti mesre let us do the needful say your core trending issues as na you to me share there and the mobile Felix appear political zone so the best say mo betumi a share e dey amaye ene anke jebi anka me dey ba no me bebe ya na menya nte say ye jai Kofi Ofosun cancer because I believe say some of you who know me there you know the relationship with me and him, a very strong brotherly love relationship away in them. And I've said it here countless times. Say Sankayinya Ofosun cancer so 10. I don't think Sanko position crano and KB Hubi, but unfortunately, Uncle Banasa. Now, and then answer na me like me de kakrebi gu John Mahama so no. They must spelling it wrong there be one SAOP there be SOAP. Never. It's if for mama me try there right now. That's a me mistake. Sometimes I need to okay, turn on SOAP. Right. My mind was playing tricks on me. Yeah. Answer na meka sa asem dia me pese me can say I strongly believe say ebrena ba say Ghana for ye be jai sa me do me party tantan na NDC for ye no na yen ka nokre yen se kire yesen yen fan kire NDC for ebio one year won sorry na MPP ni NDC ni na the same no maka chem sa afi we ye mamon ke ka sa ansem no ko say yen nokre NDC National Democratic Congress NPP a New Patriotic Party a different ebio ye kan bra almost ankrofo mienu ni na aba bebo a ana sa party mienu ni na bebo a NDC cannot compare their 28 years or 32 years with anything that the NPP has done. It cannot be compared. It's like comparing day and night. There is no correlation in that. Because me bapeni me mama no ma wo yen no me de abusu efie jaye yet say efie ne say me se yenko bisa akola ketwa no no mo wo ne ncheye no. Now NDC, especially with John Mahama, has showed us time and time without number say they are not
ekua yiwo opepa bi say ye de beboa Ghana ama Ghana ye den Ghana etumpon de bia metena me page kito ya so maka kire mu say wo ye Ghana ni na wadwene ye wo say NDC aban bi a ebeba no de some sort of development be there ba me just say you are wasting your vote. They know how to organize a political party 100%. Say yeah, organize a political party. Omunimiye. Enuntina Malik Basenteli, to me Jinaka say 5K men, not 5K men aba. For them, they are forever. It's not like MPP near Obekachan say, I need 5K men at Obra Sport. They will ask you, so what are we going there for? MPP ni no obedwene member of Obra Sport e na yekoye no ho, but NDC ni nyaka se Basenteli be wo and one that's it. They are sold. And since time immemorial, and Crawford went to me for baby papa bia positively John into me member affected Ghana any year sabi akwantua ye too. Now esan say John Mahama membu only mubuo na omoye incompetent inti. And the incompetence starts from John Mahama himself. They be a mekana ha say ope president ya wabon president ya onim the left and right. President ya onim dia all ye do ni man say ya to abama ne say president ya John Dramani Mahama. Critical thinking unkra ba akokro de ye adwuma. Sebium prediasa. Said the American one person on me be ye adwene. One, me coach. Yes, me selection in fan ball. Me tell why Intia Mahama doesn't have any direction. Okay, me tell the Intia. Me coach. Yes, yan ball. Me selected players be at the ball me first match. And you know, bro me poto. Yes, me go kra na nse yes me kra no. Sebe almost say me. And I say ye be second match. Me pato coach papa. Sebe onyen sesaye kakra ewo mu. Obeyen sesaye adentia. Obehwe the weak links na ewo team ni mu no. Ebra odi omo ball first match no because entumi mba say players ni na mo number there be. Utie entumi yes the players ni na mo number. Me see so me who politics, me who Ghana politics. Me who aban bi a wenya bibia correct that there be correct. President Rollins onya some correct, onya some wrong. President Kufuor onya some correct, onya some wrong. Yeah, Papa Mills onya some correct, onya some wrong. It is only John Mahama na, no matter the amount of time I would the man, he is not able to rescue himself. It is only John Dramani Mahama, John Dramani Mahama. No mistake ya why no osanye ni biu. Oka sometimes ya na NDC for regional unity no mu ye dede. Na ya na me bi so mo say omo president no oka say ya omutia na. Ya na me pese mi hu. Because most of the things here ono eka. Most of the things here John Mahama eka no is something he has said in the past. Instead me say uye coach na okobobo. Now what selected fair selection akobo me ya poto. At least in your second coming no obesisemu kakra. No, they don't. They don't. Let's take somebody that was there during the 2013 Oba Finance Ministry. Now Atofos na deputy finance minister taking care of operations. Munti ni yepa Mr. Atofos was the deputy finance minister. As the deputy finance minister for operations, near there na air sono. Your banks came crashing last week. Menamo your bank neyi. Emma Muhu, he say, see a cast will be a good bank and will be or say bank here. Nay, John Dramani Mahama. And I made the Omo Kasa Omo IMF data. their IMF share Mahama say onye say omrana bank ya enye papa no ombe claim free ho oba ye no sign this sika ebe ma bank penny for ni say womunje na bank penny for ni di ye example pakwesi ndum example atwesien inti ma maw asenya maw example men nyina han kan kyerem say unnim di America ma wadwene nya adwuma wa ha na no pay ye numru so am wadwene nya adwuma. Now say offer Bank of Ghana annual report ya de bar 2014-2015 was when the collapse of the bank started. Me pachos that time no Bank of Ghana na nye NPP for na erane mesremo na ye NDC for na erane and omo anka so omo document mu no wo mo tro ye say banks na ye den egu banks ni bi de car ye ntua ye enunti where wutie me say me sign boy bi wa me say am another typical example. And the typical example came from the man himself, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ebra na all kind the last state of the nation's address 2016. Oka power purchase agreement wasem uwiye and oka banking sector wasem. Na banking sector no I will quote or paraphrase or say due to lack of due diligence and supervision, due to lack of supervision and due diligence, that is the word. Lack of supervision and due diligence, our banking sector has come down crashing. The government is working together with the IMF to find a sure way of resolving this problem. This is John Dramani Mahama. State of the Nation's Address 2016. Who Google ebeba, they are mekanyi, ube hunu womu clear. Ebio. About power purchase agreement, so 2015 State of the Nation's Address. John Mahama say, no crack power purchase na ya ni take or pay no prayen kuyen enunti any World Bank ye juma yen hyehyeye together with the power minister Kwabena Donko. Na ya pe kwan a out of the 17 power badges na ba ye no ye betwa mu 11. You betcha 11 mu naka 7. Me pacho enyame Felix Apia ena mekaye. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, State of the Nation's Address 2015. Until let's move forward and progress. When it comes to the how do you call it? The money sector, and Crawford would do him for first match ni fairly, you know. As a smart coach, I will not repeat all of them. But this is a case, John Mahama too came and gave the place to somebody, I know your deputy, when who also trained to me and Mobra. I feel the Mahama said we're promoting his own, and the finance minister himself. Kanokre. Finance minister, Ato Forsen. Parliament BA 2 years let us use critical thinking today. Please. 2 years can any NDC member down here tell me one policy? One. I don't need two. One policy that the finance ministry has been able to present to parliament here. Yet to me ready a pass amana beye lower elboy and Ghana and Neyana at of us in the other coy. Mama me bakope. Mama is our policy in the day. Miss Remo, Makacham say ye niata, who they did the matem and okay. Ha, who they did the matem and no problem. But me pese also who did matem no not all the wagon so ye then, or the wagon sober. Me say NDC for Babemu January 2025. Okay, we are in February 2026. Mesrel NDC for Buomini ye, NDC for Momina Koye, Enunti smiling hopscotch within Krason Yede. I just want to beg you that give me one policy. Someone say Ato is forcing. You, yes, we agree. Ato is forcing. Ato is the best. Thank you so much. According to you, And yeah, MPP and LA Foundation are more building on no. And ya to forcing it's me pamucho. And this for me pamucho. Me sremo. We dear me sremo. Me me sremo. And ya me the mamo dear by me pamucho. Mumma me one policy. To forcing as a finance minister. And in the finance ministry. And the to parliament. Ya kind, ya ready, ama ya implement ya, juma, edit some revenue be an ABB, every Ghana right now. Me patch mama me one. Bank of Ghana, a honor making movement. What are the movements Bank of Ghana has made? Bank of Ghana say, wo Ghana ni usika na nurses and kidibe tuya wukuku kuyeni. Yedi tuya wu teacher tuya wu nurse no. Cancer. Ye wo opposition no. Ye kachre Ghana for say ye ba ye bema dollar na ba for me to the me come no kakra na ye mfa say ska no enko she dollar na emma yen government ni luku say ye bibi even though say ye ntumi ntuaka even though say ye ntumi mumai no so long as a Ghana for be say oh na omo ka say dollar na beba form ni na ye ba omi ahotan o tam so mu nimu nyansa enye didi atem. The NDC said a political like it was very low. Nyansan will low when it comes to politics. Their political mind is very, 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 very shallow. Because you have cocoa farmers to pay. You have workers to pay. Then you prioritize getting a cosmetic economy or a cosmetic currency. A currency, I actually no, sabi nails ne eyelashes ne ade, and no na ope. Ewo bra sabi o di ni ura dem na wutu ne wege a wan hwe ya enye wakono. Oka san same way a Ghana for na wo na ese wo do Ghana na nko mo be dwene de aye ka no hu ye no okay boy no ye MPP ni de boy sa boy we cry the boy we hu ye mehi de but asema boy ne ka na eye no kro because eye no kre kire say enye koko okuafo nko na esu eno ni ade ya na mo some of you betena ka say ya na ye mesere utie eso na bro real farmers one way do banche one way do den one way do den obi esu sadly NDC ni kwasi ampani no ye floor member keke no ye man 40 Ghana data no or say men kantre wukue ni say even though say ye ntua wukoko sika o metifie ebinumu yare uniska odi omo beko no start up as a farmer because the dollar is down. Because ene koko akuafo ko market ya dollar na ba from the muhu ye ene ye kwakasa ye nya aduane ndo dollar na ba from muhu ye enti NDC for near many na they've bubbled it into what we call the dollar na ba from dollar na ba from dollar na ba from. That is what they are running with. Uti, that is what they are running with. Now as a government, priorities matter. Make kwesi apia NDC for some abodam no. Me ye kwasi ano. Me ye Jimmy Felix or ye Jimmy. Me ma me me papa omu onya you so ni mo dem fani na ma me no. Tell me what $14 billion Men fani ni na anye den. Men fani ni na nko she dollar. Unim di intia because I don't control the dollar much. Because the America for decide they say let us pay attention to our currency. Any deals and that's deals we have gone back, we have signed, and we have renegotiated with them. That would make the American dollar a powerful money again. Right? Say America for any intawanta way it means of no renegotiate here. The dollar or the American dollar is going to be stronger again because that's the mode of transaction, or that's the currency of transaction. Now, it's our time, no. What's the way in Tanzania? Are you going to be able to get $1.6 billion every month just to put in a currency? As a smart person, I would not do that. But then this for say the papa. I keep telling you, sa party no, say modam, say ye mo udia, say wum free abusunya tantan mua. It will not be it will never be attractive to you. And you're attractive now. Because make we see ama boda me. Men kofa $14 billion say me de koji 3 CD raise. Just as some we put just say and oh God, why? Somehow the NDC people want you to believe, say, Adi ane ha Ghana pa $1. Jesus Christ. Let's be honest. Let's be real. What was the full concentration of NDC's campaign? And your jobs. 24-hour economy. And no buy and no say no jobs no own to me ma we do man yet. Name boom say me can send me the dollar beba from you, me the dollar back from you. Oh, the dollar now from at what expense? $14 billion and ye million cedis and ye $1 million billion in less than 2 years. Now do no more sorry no. Last na me can ha Monday no. Na dollar na da 14 and the dollar da 11. And after pumping $14 billion. No, Charlie. They don't care. You see, you are giving the fact, and NDC will still be standing and being under your post, writing nonsense, even when the fact is staring at us. NDC for Mujina Omo Trump was here saying, Omo Pachrem say, so no more $14 billion. Not say $14 billion. Someone can some company no. Omo the best just one aspect of the company. They will not do that for their own business. Omo mujina he omudi matemi omo Trump kwasi asemu chire mi. Okay? So what catch and say, mama $14 billion. Fakobo bra. Omo pa chire mi so the $14 billion ni na bekwa kotoka abetinem. On share the other aspect of the life ana. On try na pumidi ana. Chale mama just that type of politics na airtime. That type of politics does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. I was given 5,000 Ghana to go and better my life. On my way, that $5,000, if I had taken it home and come to me at Chichem, maybe we yakoha. But me nam kwanso ameba 5,000 no. Me dinini na akwa koto sa di we. Se me ka chere me mano. Se meto sa di we. Enunti skana ye dia mama me dinini na koto sa di we. That should satisfy the kids. Now, don't blame the NDC riffraffs. That's what I call them. The riffraffs of NDC are omoa asem no nim dia yeka. Dollar na yeka na asem no kra onim what makes the currency strong or not. There be onim. The onimane say almost say MPP for say into yesu yanko say into ono na asem na yeka no onim want you because sanka onim what $14 billion is on tena han kan kwasi asem. But what's matter the American I say? And this need the train or tremia or trunk as yasem now. No. Uti say onim what $14 billion is and count kasan kwasi yasem no. Onka. But on tiase two and funny home. Uti ono ne di ene say. Ono ne di ene say. One. Say MPP for positioner. That means say We have won over the account people. Yeah, the account for so he's not voting for development. There be or vote because according to Onono, Asantefo to know, Asantefo is say, Asantefo is say, I'm a very Asantefo and two abam, that is all. Ubisan is adding to on two abam Asantini. On to me mount the exact identity on to abam Asantini. But according to Onona Junimono, with the account for so, they have won over their accounts. It is a me winning account for so crana se me best school abona a UK. And now me no can say. Also for abrobe. E wo mo. Ese so mo ho. Wakoton kwase aba. Ne beti fie. Ye ntua ne koko ode ko yeka. Nanso enam nkwase aba okoto ye nti. And so defending the votes. The incompetence Mahama. Ebiniye. Because oye incompetent inti. He didn't notice say ato force me the call finance ministry. My first attempt ofeli me. And until this time around, semema ato force even appointment kra metwe another space at the nakoshe. But he decided to maintain ato force and even raise him higher to the full minister. And maybe some question no. And this near Udi Matemu aha simple. Tell me one policy since January 2025. Our finance ministry Edi Aiden Edi Akwakoto Parliament ya debate a pass implement ya elbow Ghana financially bako kreni oba so be atro they can't write it. They can't. They come and tell you dollar bafom meboa. No problem. Then the cocoa farmer is seeking for raise. Cocoa farmer say money raise. We so maybe kai mo me patron yam na me kai. Ato forcing Randy Abbey. Omune yes our press conference we. Mesre mo me patron. NDC for him say mo de and then omo tigu musa na e jimi sem na it is allowed. It is allowed. Okay. Now you come into power. Ato forcing and then the finance ministry a failure you know. Bank of Ghana say yato kuku for aketuyem than what MPP left you. Ahena modi aka home almost say the 220 saying moka say mo be my 6,000 7,000 almost ye ka say ye be mamo 6,000 7,000 mum say no dollar no aba for me patcho say moka ya. So the issue was say dollar higher than aba form. Me patcho we so nyame na meka. I'm quoting NDC people. Udi matema udi wankasa onkro for natem. Because someone no more can the American nyame na makotro beka. The American hey nyame na makotra mekan ha real. NDC ato forcing any randia be say adukudinti a omuntumentu koko akuafo esikanimu kese ne say dollar na ba form me patcho me boa. Oh, me patcho hello, is somebody engaged here? Is somebody engaged here? Yeah, Samokaya, good. Then the same party now, me catch was omo yakwasi ampafu. And this na huna yezu eza amuna mono. Omo Jimmy o. Kakra bia ni na da ho. Especially omo mugu social media na de omo yakwasi ampafu ama tese uje ni twa yi. Ne de ne se waba social media. Opeso yehunu se ono so aba, ono so ba ye no, ono so abetro bibi. Yeah, and after Felix and then me call Felix page so na me say ya boa. Na me ko didi na tem, na me ko didi Felix atem no ano no. Enumerate where did he? The bill honorable Sanko Bebre 20 Ghana bill. Honorable Jumana and one. But Nyan sending it to them. I didn't hear. Dollar number for Muntina yen to mean to a for high premium. A Krianis asa. Okay, Yatia say. Adia chi and a Krianini 10 in the radio honor. And this is when the Jinasui. And a dollar above from. And the yen a dollar number from. And the yen a dollar number from. Enti ebio. Obia oye nyansani nyansani a genetry etini munu. None ni da hono. O baby say NDC. Mo promising 7,000. Mo ntumi amfa ma yen. Afei so mo say dollar na aba from ninti ena mo ntumi emma increase. Yate ase. Ye nyame ya ade na mo ntumi ma ye increase say ye mo ana mo ye. Enti mo fa $14 billion. Edi a che dollar ama si di na gina. Na mo ntumi antu ya yan kuafo na yakodo na mo promising ye say mo be ma ye 7 no. Mo ntumi antu ya ka na. That is what any smart individual will ask. Because now show me, they are taking credit for what? They are taking credit for the dollar coming down. Dollar number from yen ye ato is forcing. Ato forcing you know a channel who can track your phone and say, you can see a baby 6,000, yen to me, mamma 6,000 because dollar number from on your bay for. On your bay for. Let's be honest. We say nye bay pa na say yadi bi na wo trimu. How on earth can you even make this make sense? Me a buy now me promise say who cocoa farmer say me to your high premium no. Makofa 14 billion dia share dollar ma dollar na gina. Say be see the na gina. As ya twam ho be ka kiro say because the dollar na say be dollar no aba for minti. Mean to as a high premium na ma. Omonye correct o. Omonye correct. Me say oba Africa. Oba wiase in total. Now per party say we 100 98 ejimi. They don't see beyond the next hour. NDC. And yet did they attempt, it is who they are. Remember two principles. Maybe I make communication. I'll go to health and I'll go to education. Then I'll end. But I want to give you way. Jancha DB. The NT America says our party no. Se wonye bayfo. Se wonye bodamfo. Se yantete watete kwa amra. Se wonye obi a wokra epe ade a tanya. NDC will never be attractive to you. They are demonic, manipulative, clueless, and on top of it, big time incompetent in whichever way. Very, very incompetent people. Very, very incompetent people. And because they have a lot of drobias for drobias, no ade no nkusua onko kan. Obi akokan so abeka jana, oh you are lying. You are lying, ezu. MPP opposition 100 years and no. Omo Jimmy o. Ghana for ye the name maybe they are granny ye pam na oh they are our brothers oh and then this no they are not. They are Satan incarnates. They are before party. A party empire de papa. A party a pemoja. Party a enkanokre. Party a yen nada for. That is NDC. It is the only party that came to power with no template. Yet to cook and a buy and a baby D and say, Italy, they say power na boy and just like that. That is where they have been. Aden America, sir. I mentioned the entire Omunimunyansa na omuye demonic. The reason why they are not smart and the reason they are demonic. The preamble is what we call National Health Insurance Scheme. During President Kufuor National Health Insurance Scheme. On my bia wapomudin esuna wujina. Your wealth is your health, or your health is your wealth. NDC is the only political party. And the Gen Zs who don't know. Let me tell you what was happening in Ghana. Obayare, Yadobako Hospital. Yabamu wet to car for card. Uniska yen shell. Near friend a cash and carry. Enunti, a nipa na ewo ewo hospital, na a door. Because uniska ubewu. This is a political party that has been in power for 19 years before MPP Forba. President Kufuor no say, me too kwan kwa bruchire no. Minim so mo be a friend health insurance. Adan na memfa health insurance ni bi ma. Na emmaboa ehiafo no adentia President Kufuor woni sika. John Mahama owoni sika. Atamils owoni sika. Rollins owoni sika. Nanado owoni sika. Inti so opeso okwa egburuchiri hospital kra obeko. And now health insurance is not something that SSA MPP nedeba. There be MPP is center right. Over America, you Republicans. Okay, center right. One more social democrats here. SSA omode healthcare system. Edeba Ghana. NDC. We like the social democratic. But Shadio. Party now or say oh yeah here for party. Me show into be demonic and very, very idiotic people. That is what I'm giving you the preamble. Party now is so no. And a day apomudin bano. When President Kufuor decided say yeah health insurance scheme, what did they do? They walked out of parliament. Or say or no NDC ni no see or do here for no. On tia say ya de yibi beba ya betiti scale go on ye dia show here ni ayaresa omonde sa de ni nyadwene me pa atonya me na me kan ye NDC for na ye wo hu video ye wo hu evidence ye wo hu bibia NDC for na ni said they walked out of parliament when President Kufuor brought to a national health insurance scheme. Why the poor pomudin catch me can in the shortest and simplest form we are see a way one also made the pomudin dia me pema me dokono NDC for Omupo apomuden. Omai benya fango. Ya your visibility studies be brave. The only party and no mind benya oil. Oil, even though say MPP for could discover in whatever no. And ya young kwan ye betu. Na say MPP for to cry. Ya the bebo Ghana hobra. Omun kwane NDC for kwani kuwa ne mind ehu oil. Ye can almost say ya jongo. Oil lent to me PM free Ghana. Ghana they in Ghana. They don't even believe in the Ghana. Olden days no. Who rejects healthcare? Demons. Opese uwu. Opese uwu. Shade. Side note. Yawahanu Musei. And a Joy FM 4 call and Cranfonu. Time cholera eku nipa 240. John 50 and 258 actually. John Dramani Mahama was the president. Cholera. And Cranfonu say, tankers one ba no ma beju muskano. And so toilet no omun siesie so ma omo. Sisi aman kolani ni na cholera chichio. Adentia, ye need toilet facilities. As at the time of John Mahama free affairs, no, not 13% of the population pay and then baby a Ghana. The whole Ghana, 13% of the population pay and an toilet. And nun to say a bekaya, ye no more yetenan crank kakrano, ye free baby Ghana Airways. Ghana Airways and a rubber bag na no more the tongue and a black ketuano. I uyo business gumu we are no atchere. Na what on the film na koto baby. Na enubi And now we name Harris Chapel Baptist Church. Ewo hachu. Ebre bi ya konse ye kodo da sorry da ho. Na ne ye wo sofukuma ba kwa ne friend Pastor Lawrence. Ena ye ni na ye do. Ana obi ato Ghana Airways ni bi. Ema abeto baby aye do no abeto ase. So for do he ni man fan so for do so for the oya deal Pastor Lawrence try na me koko ase ni na me do. So for jinani sa so for peja na no se kan ya. Di ayeti ya ni bof. Hey. Na eji bof no na so for tie me ready mewu. So for dani nani na ya hwenanimu a so for anim ni na wudidi afa che me ebi ni se sra me bi nhyehyehye. So for akotwa bi. That was the nature of Ghana. Also for do obi aye ni business atoma na koto grass na se wehu. Also for akotwa mu bof. Nanim ni na asay. That was the state of Ghana. Then guess what? Abaina went to me and provided good defecation place. Amane buying and as amane maima omen yusuno. Abain bi buying na osi toilet ya. You do okay. Toilet government. Me a toilet government. Baumia a toilet. Baumia a toilet government. Toilet vice president. And a toilet in Kwano Sisi. Omu ni munyansa. Enti NDC ni adwene no. Maye nsi toilet. Yama omu nini rubber bag mu. Omu nini apuano. Omu nini dam, omu nini kurabem. No mu kwatungu sebe gotem, yen kwatungu odonumu. Na emfa mosquitoes. Emfa yare cholera. Embre nipa. Yen didi ni yengu. Enu mo ye better governance. Me say omu Jimmy. It's not politics. That is not politics. CFE, because government is not one size fits all. Obi oti is legal. Toilet and said any problems are because if you be at least toilet room, except uncompleted muno. Tieni pa. Except those are uncompleted muno. But a place like Choco, they need toilet facilities. Because me a kwesi bi ankasa mani ehubi. Na omohon uduru a enya nkwada na ne pona no. I'm giving you honesty. So mo beka no kra kire mo a enya nkwada na ne pona no. Ma me fo mpanifu ahwene egugu ya sen de atie nie. Onfere. Obeba be wro no ho. Ewo pona no. Ebie ni namu baga. Anne poto. Ewie de epunsuo ni bia hohoro ne to. Asori akọ. Life is good. Onam kwanso na okọ na obi atobrodo ye ya omode ba no pay bi. Onko hohoro ne nsakra o. O ina ha ma kofi o ha na he. Na ne nsa na wode kon ne eponumu na wode hohoro ono ne to no. Na de agbubrodo no we de ade eche ne wo fe cholera. NDC force enu mo ya ban papa. Eche aban a obesi good toilet ya mo benya bi aye den akọ ama mapom den aye. Obi a obetumi anne adwunso mu ademu no onye nipa wo ya boa. And that is not politics. I am say MPP NDC banter bi na yenya. You will give it to them. You will give it to them. This time around we will not. And I say, and we this time they yenya you na unchele na mu no. And e bini ekumu no. Afei fa ha. Na yemfa ho ne lande wa ha. Aban na no mo se Bawumia esisi toilets no. 2026 budget. Me see NDC eya kwasi ampa for party. Dr. Topman, mamika se Mitchell. Aban na no say Bawumia esisi toilet nti Bawumia toilet president no. 2026 budget baya. Me pato we so nyame na me kai o. Ato forcing ne budget yo de ba parliament na me ready. Ato forcing say the NDC government constructed 25,000 toilet facilities in 2025. Hello. Who's imagining? And yet did the atemu. Sa party NDC no be na woman yadwene ewu adwene ne coma at the low grade. Well, dear doctor, I don't even want to even ask them where it is. I just want to stand on principle. MPP basic toilets, no. Almost MPP air toilet you are buying. However, at the force and budget your debate 2026 say in 2025 the NDC government built 25,000 toilet facilities. Into me pacho ebiu yemfa MPP ntonchen yemfa NTC ntonchen yemfa nyansa nkasa obi kosi toilet na nya de papa but oba be see ene de e de papa nti yemfa mra budget mu ana ebiu the ultimate free education. They claim say John Mahama na the free education by. Hey, sir, I then progressively free education. Oh, okay. Now, progressively free education, no. Minimum then. Oh, progressively free education, yeah. Policy be ana John Mahama no person omo de ba omo di nkan koye first opening. Na the omo chere say day student keyword day student and Marco 320,000. Abayin ni betua 34 Ghana cedis. Ewo omo fees so e de amom. Progressively free in America. Mr. Momo say John Mahama na free education by. So we want to go by that logic. Okay? Yeah, Papa John Mahama, ebra oka so obey progressively free education no. Na osi day student nkwa from selected student 320,000. Obama Bakufu bia 34 Ghana cedis. They did it in October 2015. Okay. Now, na eduane nka ho. Na uniform enka ho. Na textbooks enka ho. Na the total fees absorption na enka ho. Fast forward, Nanado. Osi obey free education, universal, amana cover ubia. Inti enyan kola 300,000 pe and anebe benefited from free education. Ghana kola bia or war pepa so obeko SS bia no ye tone niama kakrama na neko. Nana Akufo-Addo de no ose mema uniform, mema house uniform, mema sandals, mema mpa obeda so. Mema textbooks. Na mama we duane 3 times a day. So we a day student here, me feed you once a day. These are facts. Inti mesremu senya dambwa senya beyisemwa se wutu yankoda 300,000 34 Ghana cedis their mom. Na utu yankola full absorption of their fees. Amom uniform. Amom eduane 3 times a day. Amom house uniform. Amom all the amenities are near the moms, including Wi-Fi. Including Wi-Fi. Opachere me say. Sa buying mum. Eya buying bonnie. Na abaina went to me ama oba 1 hot meal crendino. Eya buying papa. That is not even my problem. That is not my problem. Se me na me di bibi ba ya me bo ho ban ana me boa na ma pe kwan ya me de be improve. Se me na me di bibi ba ya, that is the approach I will go. NDC is the only political party or the policy by no sanso ya advert their policy no. Populo maja amejo mo be. Seke bili adwene na say me say NDC is the only political party or the policy by na owie ya or sign ye advert edit your policy no. And now patcho no so meboa. So no free education by. Meboa. Please, who brought free education? John Dramani Mahama. What year? 2015. Okay. 2016 campaign time. Free education 419. Free education for Omuni no moto na the eye. Omuni no moto. Almost free education and ya papa. There be monto mubu. Na enya krofo no mo say. Omo no omo de free education ba Ghana. We nyansani adwene de America ho. Nye bibia na de politics. Minia. Nye bibia na de politics. Because NDC and MPP are a political party. Offer Dennis Miracle de betina ha obeka MPP de. Offer Sami Jemfi de neba obeka NDC de. But me no me no na ye yet memu for no say ma ya adwene ye adwuma na ye hwa ade say ade ankrofo ekan dantes nyansa wo mu because me na me di free education ba ye a John Dramani Mahama na men to me amfa free education amfa anye campaign 2016 election nyansa ni enye politics. You are only being a fool for no reason. And I'm calling you fools because you guys have chosen not to learn. And you are making Ghanaians suffer. Unnecessarily. The same person who brought free education, according to Kweku Bako, sponsored over 46 campaigns against free SHS. I don't know what about I know. Mama, papa, how do you catch them say deal with nyansa wo? Me pacho catch me ade we catch me say nyansa wo mu say me na me de ade na baaye me de ade na ba wie ya na me ama san so akobọ dawuro etue sika akobọ dawuro say ade na me de baaye no aye sanke he so de to aba ma me no enya ade papa ntimi obi a kwesi kam ate o chira de teacher me say onya abotre because sometimes I would join the ignorance of some Ghanaians who are Obetina ha, obetumi di atembe 1 hour. Because nyansen need your more kanimo. Obi said they are making a foolish talk, but Mama Yantre the foolish or the two no, the one who is more foolish. Bako say, or no the free education by yet or ye campaign the tia free education. But or nyanseni. Me a messy free education ya the papa enti me maintain no. Na elbow any paint me maintain no. Me mo me ya mad and foolish. I don't know. I get worried. My people, I get worried and how the NDC have managed to get some people to think just think like an idiot. Janet said they want co school. Janet said they won't nyansani. Maybe I make us the same way. People think say, oh, when I Felix they are all kinds of baby a Mahama this uncle for we could do no. They are in love with the man so much that should Mahama say, bring your mother, let me sleep with her for 1 Ghana cedis. Be brave the second ebekwa ko chiomo maame say Mahama ne omonda. Emam ya yem hihye. Esi edun ketia. Osi abaya ye kotui. Se nipa kra na edi betwa so a ye mfe ntwa so. Adentia onim se wono nya ewuo ni bi nka no. Na mbom ya Paul asebe ne papa ene ne maame eye ti anadwoton tramonti obekwa akoje enu edi diva welcome omadwene ye adwuma abeku Santana ede na wanka about free education Hey, headmistress, me ba no na me de na ba for free education. Oh, there be mean to mean, you know. Esan say, aha no mo ayema. Baby e best betumi age om no. Ye ntumi ngiom. Hey, nenti MPP for sa na ye na da e na no mo da da ye. Free education now. And maybe so ti omu fie omu siniama. Hey, my sister, na MPP for yi na almost free education. Na ade free there ye papa ni. Ade ye free there enya papa. Fast forward. Ghana 40 MPP for ase. And almost to abama MPP. MPP so eni omu hambo. First year na and a free education started here. Free education. Oh, me say me tiano Ophelia. My head is an encyclopedia. Me will be how. All those adverts me can be bia. Afei, aban for fraba. We're implementing free education. Aban no see on no free education by and I say so the view. And a free education you know. And a 4-foot track, and a double track, 8-foot track, and a quadani banyam, and a quadani to me mobra, and a free education, your papa, say your mano, your money, your money, you say free education, no, and a first badge. A control SSC. First badge control ya. Ura. Figures you munya, John Mahama no the free education by. John Mahama no see on a young free education in Amano. Nenkrof went to me and trust had any bida. 2017 for the first one, the first pass out of the free education. Splendid. And no, and ebema awufu ni bia enye politics keke no mo ye no mo dwene da chema omma. E mo mo ni ba on say there be and the policy no ase yate ase. They say aka kwan ya ye beye ama double track ne ade na ye den afri ho. And by 2019 na awufuo bebre mfaso a na wo free education so eho na NDC for meeting eno mo pani ba ko suggest yes free education na mo sorry a mo kaseti free education munyai na Ghana for awufuo pe free education na papa mo mpe kwan a mo de mo ho be better free education no ama welcome. Mumpe kwanya mode mo ho ebe better free education no because free education no abeto Ghana for trim. Na that week ni mo a say Mahama de onu meeting no ankobi. That week ni mo na Mahama ekogina baby. And on started say or to ayampia. Do you know how much they are budgeted for free education? 2 billion cedis. 2 billion cedis. If you have 2 billion cedis, would you put all of it in education? Would you put a one of it and say, Debbie? Mahani, Nya Butre na Ghana 40. I thought that would meet free conquest. Some of the two was nowhere the president that. Also, why? Any new development, please. Now the direction is that we brought free education. And almost started here in 2019 coming to 2020 election. Free education no cry near the buyer, and a free education no, yeah, near the buyer, and I near the buyer, and near the buyer, Nagana force a baby. Say, you free education, dear, and you quado down quadia. Quado down qua buying nana poor education minister, and a mama you who's a free education. Ya papa do chumbe so musie and a camera man ye. And to say the mamma, in ye. Into womu lose say no monsieur na John Mahama ni e-blocks or ye ni na o ma jani ni na ho omanye no mu nim se na na do so won the plans dada because the omu ja ye ni na no ne ye na tiare hu se ma wo mu NDC e-blocks na ye omo their contribution to education no the omu to me see ye na ye 46 no bra no mu free 2016 na 4 and na ye ready 4 na ye ready dodoa eno kra na ye baaye no ye be ye ni ye okay dodoa this other one by Nkwantanai ya Madina ho baby and na 2 two more. I'll find the exact location and let you know. But part of my history and my facts. As someone making in us, oh, paper, name politics and time in Abaye now you can research it and you know that they are making the iron correct. Okay. Inti blocks no kwamoko kan no na yen ye si 31 as at that time. Ama ya dani bi kra boarding house. Shai Sudoku Senior High School. Mahama blocks no na ye day school. Na do ne ba ya obeye na boarding. Ai na yen kola eko. Inti bio ade a ode ba ye no. Ono asan ya ade editia. Recently, John Mahama, Echo, Kenya, Zambia, and all these places, Echo Srao. Now, your man, the Queen said, or address the parliament. And you should see our president, how proud he was of Ghana. How proud John Mahama was talking about things we have been able to do in Ghana. Two of the key things I'm taking from that trip, and then say, you gold, it is better for us to benefit from it. Now, a typical example is Ghana. We introduced the gold purchasing program. As we speak, we have set up a gold board that is buying gold and storing for our country. This is John Mahama. He mentioned gold purchase program. The papa. Now all kana corruption kobe mu. And also when it comes to that, Ghana is far advanced and far ahead. Because most of our government agencies, we have digitized most of them and we are digitizing more, including our hospitals. This is John Dramani Mahama. And as a matter of fact, the man stated, say, if Africa can fight corruption, it will only be based on digitization. But as I'm making your mama can you. And say NDC for big job and see boy and the on with Jimmy as our fellows no boa tell me patcha your mama can and yamina me can. Why? Oko Kenya, oko Zambia. The okoye wo hono no. And MP before me to say yes you research you go nya video no ko hu information no. And you decided say the information about abontain. I feel they had information to abontain. And this for say I'm not going to digitization by. Hey, a crobeni. Mokai, they not overgraduate my excellency. Some Mokai time or call. Is it Amenfi West? And I come feed Debbie Amenfi West. Or call her now, or my son week, you know, Jinaho. And then me pedamic there. So banny free education, and this if we are near the bay. Hey, grandma, I didn't want to campaign the Tiano. I didn't want to campaign the Tiano. I feel the money I'm buy, no problem. John Mahama echo praise the digitization. Any gold purchase program. Ewa manone. Na obia share template na inshira enyonyamu ewo ho no. Ebeba Dr. Bawumia hunti sadia. Young fma ye media for na ya mo musika no. Na omonya story say John Mahama na see data center, digital center. John Mahama NC Accra Digital Center. Into ono na digitization. Na me see ye Ghana ben ya betomu. Tobu. Enti Mahama si digital center. PA Mahama ene digitization eba Ghana. Ena still Mahama tumi jina simpie so. Eka say this economy, also this election is not about digitization, that nonsense whatsoever. It is about the economy. Stupid. It's about the economy. Stupid. Baumia, the election is about the economy. Stupid. And that idea na Baumia ya stupid wa hono. John Mahama ne de bai mufama no. Adentia because wakoka say now digitization you good. Nti yen cover president no, yen include no, yen pay bibi na emma no en look good say John Mahama ne de say digitization e de ba Ghana on ne start here. Nyanza. We ujina say politics na here. Nyanza we dream. The same thing you didn't believe in. The same thing na ucha da pay didi atemu ho no. All of a sudden one are the buy. I'm telling you, the spirit of witchcraft, wizardry, new more. They are in this for you. You will not feel like you will feel uncomfortable. You will not feel comfortable being amongst them because the omo can make sense. And then upushi omo kakra say ebani say na John Mahama and a day digitization by ya or see Accra Digital Center. Me pa chow Accra Digital Center no. And next moment yen chire mu bio. Eye hobo ete se wako Silicon Valley, US, LA ho. No, in San Francisco and I say LA. Silicon Valley. Okay, it's like say we wako hello master and pachoboko. And they said there we wako Silicon Valley no. Inti tech giants nini na ewo omo one space and the Afro Silicon Valley. Okay, digital center no eyen kroma dan dada na esisi ho ena John Mahama eye se o kabum na wada ne digital center dia eye no kure wo mu ne se eye space ya ye de rent digital telcos, like digital for a big we hunters, you know, they get it and they run their missions or whatsoever they are delivering, they run it from there. Now, the Accra Digital Center started in 2015, 2016 November. And almost say almost phase 1. Tini pa enunti John Mahama ako launch. And I say wako inaugurate. A phase munti ase mame. As at the time ma oko inaugurate ye no. Mesreo equipment, receivers, receptors, intersectors, ne all those things na ebe here. Our system no na eni ho me pacho na eni ho. Another truth about the digital center before John Mahama left was say it had no internet connectivity. Na yem connect ya adwuma. Enu hunti se NDC for tie me no mo se the American se me boa me pa mo chow. Omo mayen adwuma ba akopɛ one project. John Mahama inaugurate a digital center in November no. Otumi de ye ansa na ofira abemu 2017. The patrol NDC in intro wa hamame. Maybe I'm lying to the people. So disgrace me. Please disgrace this MPP foolish boy here. Please. Me say before you people left power in 2016. The place was inaugurated in November 2016. You left government January 7th, 2017. Into between January 7th, 2017 and then November 2016, moko yes ade amose ye mo na mo de abenti yamfa digitization mamono product ben edian na mutumi ye project ben na mutumi ye e wa Accra Digital Center pacho NDC ni a obetumi ama me right answer no me ankasa miniska de ba we de ankama ma 300 for we data me pe ba kope MPP communicators. I hope we are picking up. This is how we push them this time. Yeah, more kwai mo mun twatro. Some say digital center no mu see you. Adwuma be na mo de ye. Ansa na mu fira be mo. No next time e be ye ntokwa obi didi watem. Na so be ka say dollar ba for. Because na nye ready say ye adwuma. Digital center na no more come. As we speak, Accra Digital Center yo my say you the host event. Obesa we wedding I want to make kwaje ho na de aye. Inti again. Kwame Amwako, Ghanaians are not fools again. No, okay. MPP never okay. So so Kwame, thank you for asking about Uforiata. Can you tell us what you did in the data, like the digital center when you put it together, since you have been able to insert? Can you tell us one project NDC delivered with the digital center, please? Or you want me to block you? Kwame Amwako, Mr. Wu, any demo ankasa, and I'm in Okase, Mempesa Maya Basa. Where the matemu ha no problem. Could be about Ken Uforiata, no so mama answer. But me pacho, ube to me ama media digital center na mose Mahama na ye intimode the digitization abano. Me pacho ube to me ama me. Jume dia mode digitization center ni di ansa na NDC fra bemo ana. Onimbi. Also Remy. Onibi. Na fe ubisa baby a Ken Uforiata wo me pacho. The last time we amene Ken Uforiata share no na obutu maame so. Also papa ntumi satisfy no. Nti na odi maame. Ehọ na me hu Ken Uforiata. Yes, nti mesrewa ebia odu maame wi a Kwame Amwako. Odu maame wi a o maame bebe fie. Why? Because the last time ame hu Ken Uforiata no na obutu maame so a odi ne pa gidigidi. Why? Afi fa kwase akọ. Munni munyansa. Nyansa. Most digital center. Chirembi ade ba kwa amade digital center na ye ya. Who di atem? Ena who bisa mse Uforiata wen. Obutu maame so. A few we won. Say NDC for know what is good for them. They should start being reasonable human beings on this earth. Say NDC for some is serious pan. A few inquire woman there. Oma dwene ye adwuma te so bia ye de no fusuo ahye na numa mani nyansa. Because this time we will not allow the same John Mahama, a failed guy. One of Adia Emma John Mahama membo be time was the energy sector. From 2014. From 2014. Legacy debt. Energy sector legacy debt. A car near the Nigeria near with power producers. And Mbema Omo TB be a friend Esla. Into Esla no. Say NDC for the bear propaganda. No maybe some Esla is car in them. Makachem said this time around we are going to make the campaign very simple. Umunyaka Esla no webisane say Sebio Esla no sika hin them. Because Esla is not supposed to be a holding account. Esla enam say ye disika Mahama no wodie na wontua kenti. And your TBB says, I dear we don't me pound sanka, a beto mo na one more I do a canati music from San Esla net. And so Kai Corona no. almost start and the sika yen ye pay gu ho and it's a seven another buy ya or didn't sabe boom sika ben a pay gu ho sika ben no mo pay gu ho. Now the energy sector and a bema your friend Mahama dum soken meboa afi so twe the incompetence and undecisiveness of John Dramani Mahama, the president of Ghana. Ibini John Jinapo was a deputy minister under Kwabena Donko as the power minister. John Jinapo ne kofa meet na mo friend Usain Bolt no. Na penso and your kofa Usain Bolt at the bar Ghana. Mo Ghana ne meet bi o ya so dey ade no gu so na atwene ni na akọ. Mumu bi ye mo ho se mo de be kona ECD former mo koba sa no mesre wo na ye no. Cables okofa na ye wrong. Afi hwede ya na oye deputy minister o. Ye kofa 17 power purchase agreement na bae. 17. Emu 5. The assignment Ghana. John Jinapo. Enti a car ebeto yeso. And you have $584 million a year for power we are not using. Take or pay. Was as a result of John Jinapo. Nini ne muno. Na ye de sumu. Mene mudin komo ya me sister. Asende me a ibi. Adanya until the light bill na light say cry the light bill no boy then crashing rent. And I'm say how that cannot come again. Ghana for na ya ne ye you, my sister. Ghana for ya ne ye. Because this same Mahama did the same thing when Dumso was there. Brane Dumso no. Or see if you want to sleep in light, pay more. Samokaya. If you want to sleep in light, pay more. And untina what that demo. But light bill no boy ding etching a dino renter. Sabi utia. The pacho we sunyame na make AC Ghana. Ye ni na ye hu bi Gani. John Mahama 1, John 1. I'm telling you, this man doesn't have any idea about running Ghana. And yet Tamil so who yanka John Mahama NDC4 will never vote him to come to power. Say, oh mama, you're a flag bearer. Because he didn't have it in him. Let's be honest. Because the same mistake here, or yeah, ne kanena, a man it in boneno. Or ma electricity bo, abrewa welcome. A year higher than rent, no. And there, yes, Ghana, say, baby, you. I feel cry the amity to crown say, yes, Miami area, Westland. Since Endra, light and my. Baby, I'm to a Westland, no, you know light you. You know light, you do light here 2-3 hours. Baby, I'm to a Westland, no. How to side hono. You know light cause a T-true 4 and a 2. Yes, say since Endra anopa. Light my. Now so try there. And now me know what I say. Ya to electricity, my electricity no bo abeye den. Electricity bo abeye den. E chen dan with them. Ode John Jinapo bae. Duke son who say, Mr. Where is the propaganda here? The fact that there is no light in Westland, and I said, there. Please, me pacho propaganda be na makano. And it's not true, say na electricity bo air den chain rent. Ghana, pacho air propaganda. And see na. Makacho so mu nimu nyansa. They are what trade Duke son yo no atron kwasi asemi. Untumi ntu ani belio. Or two say you're doing the light, only light. Or the car. You're to the electricity bill, mama say no whole papa. But enam na dwene enye adwumenti. We be gyina say I should go and sleep with my propaganda. Propaganda be na maka. Electricity na yatum ana yentum. Say yentum and me be gyina say yatum dia me ye propaganda. I accept. But say yatum na me can, how is that propaganda? No. They don't care. This is a set of people who just don't care. Because how do we maintain you? Billy, and Ramisha, when you move Mantonka, this is how do we maintain here. Obakubi Swaba, Muntie do Betrona. Not meant to us with the energy sector. Or say, when will you tribal bigot learn to appreciate what the government is doing? Tribal bigot, okay. This is an NDC guy who gets most of their votes based on tribalism. As a matter of fact, Sami Jemfi told them, say, tribal politics is essential for our win in the coming elections. It is only in the voter region. It is only in the northern sides. It is only in places where NDC wins that has the most poverty-plagued place. What the poverty in the town China? Me pese ene James Bevel, he didn't cross on cheddar nye papa, cause on your gun ni. Wahe on to abada on your gun ni. These are the people that vote against MPP. Because NDC will cover them. NDC would allow them to do their black markets, to destroy Ghana's currency, to destroy Ghana's market. So they like NDC. They don't like MPP. You know why? One, me who are Kenya or ye DC or ye MP or voter region and our northern region. Yanjo. But Obe Kumasia, ye Wumuntaka and the likes. Omonya Santifo. Nenso omo ye MPs. Ewa Santimemo. So if you are smart, Master what junior year Juma, there may be someone say. They are oye tribe animal. Other tribes can come to their place to become MPs, head of state, or whatsoever, and it is allowed. They are on your tribal no. Say free on to Obama. James, where Jimmy? Where Jimmy? Where are boy? And people like this, I don't give them chance on my page. So take your foolish stupidity off my page. Bye bye. For Jimmy, you call. Ebio. Say, what's na Ghana? Na oshe hawa ye energy sector. Eba be say yen. Energy sector no. Eba say ye juma be gugu nyuma. Na ye ba ye 8 years na ye mark na ye jina so. Nanso Ghana for pamo yen say yen kofa John Jenapo. First time I wouldn't buy ye or ma would sumu. Say afraid you na embe ye power minister nankasa. Then I would sumu usu. John Mahama on your smart thinker. You can give John Jenapo any position. But in your position, I would share and say or say no. And the opa mama ye ni na yam fire joining kwadi. Uti. One more John Mahama. My appointment first time. Omo foko up Ghana bre ni na. This time around, or sign my to me, so I'm MPs no. Almost senior ministers, almost senior. Look at Sam George. What's an interview? What to assume? Our position. He knows everything about communication. Sam George opposition, he knows how to bring the data price down. He knows how to get more data. Sam George by your communication ministry or say a pen needed to me ISRD. Okudata blocker. Anomabo Wakro Bebabeka. Today he will go down as the worst minister since John Mahama started this second term. The worst. But these were people are in opposition. No man, not catch dear them left, right, center. It can't someone in him chatro the guni pasu say the pabrabo. The tini papoto adentia. Mitie, cause yamaya ho kwai. Emma incompetent bunch. Omunimu nyansa ye dibu wa mine. Ede dokuno ne chenam. Abedadaye. Say yentuaba. Emfa maum. Ama yatuaba. Ede amom. Diye ye me yawo situation me hunye. And this ni awoshe me say ya odi matemi. Our sister be necessarily very bright. Akolane twa we twa kama nka banko betumi akote share. Nanso yes bibi de call mass. When twa untumi nkote share. Enu nti ene necessarily tifie. Opeso okotron of deck. And this ni no, the odi matemu ha. Oniska would be to an of deck no. Adentia. Because ene of deck 8,000 Ghana cedis for one course. One course per 8,000. Me patcho eno say yetura na. And this is for now me patcho how much is a course for Novdek? Yes, can somebody tell me? Please shame me. Let me be a liar. Please tell me. Tell me, those of you, yeah, please. Black man Ken, yeah. You want me to mention your name? I'm mentioning your name. Please, how much is one course for Novdek this year? Please answer. Answer me. With God, I beg you. I'm lying. I'm a liar. No problem. I said it is 8,000. I'm a liar. So can you give me the correct number? How much are they charging per course? Black man Ken, please. Don't disgrace yourself. You came here with insult. So show that you nyansa ya dejene. And now we empty sir. Intimate block you. Fakwasi yako mame we. For who giant call. That is how they are. And this is what hurts me about this current NDC full way. This is what hurts me about them. At the end of the honor, yeah, kind Obia who be. Also, no, still, no, still, it is a lie. How? And then Jimmy, no. Like straight up foolery. Jimmy, no. If he in the bar end this food. Why? Must we always call you people fools before you wake up and feel say, hey, I made the pants almost me a fool. Like why? Who is happy when they are insulted? It is only the foolish party called NDC. Only party who didn't attempt or somebody to so cause Nyansen in it. Asemo American hey. Encrophone or Ghana. Encrophone ma or Ghana. Ebirima call register of deck. Otuya he. Me checks the information you kuta me. Cost back cost 8,000, 80 million. O say propaganda. You mate. Say your propaganda there. And you're saying no utuya and no soon to minka. How? Say, oh, but distracted. Let me go and distract something. They're like, how? And this more mobile. More mobile. John Mahama would not be a lifetime president. John Mahama ne brebeson. Ama ne frekunyano so. But akwasi ampafo amukodi na chididi sa ankwasi asem no mo beka party ni mo. Mo beka party ni mo. Na wa ruffle feathers asa niam bebre no. Do you expect to be treated proper tomorrow when you are not in power? Like, oh my Jimmy, they just see today. Ya chill for yata. Ya chill for some cancer. Ya chill. Say, boy, no. Kasa. Ya chino. Forgetting say, baby baba. Ebi kura na nkoye MPP abanyo. Ebi ana koye aban fufrubi. And you people will be in opposition. How are you going to survive? Nanesika, I wouldn't fault you. Because in Ghana, the most stupidest women you know more than 2 many baby no NDC for. So I understand, Sika. I understand your frustration and your insult. I don't have to answer your silly questions because when you're now you catch us say you women's bank, now you women's bank. Now what does Ujina or catch them say is where is away a boy because we do or China na de bebo bra kopim da will be because you have nothing better doing. It's a bit doing tabo then musa. Kehoma me de do sa oba woni munyansa ne twene bre. A fact. Oba woni munyansa de say na nesika you dina me page so no e ne twene bre. Because usually no amon pebre. Into your body back akoche. We NDC ni. Wa banyaba. 24-hour economy e wunye bi. Women's bank e wunye bi. Ya to electricity. Ya to water. Oko complainia. Ya say ya $10 so. Edniama na ya $10 so no. Edniama ya $1 to. Ya say ya tete so. NDC for koleste baya. Omo say ya TJ ne so. Ya tentrowa so. Ya timeko so. Jesus Christ. Inti dollar no. Ya ma dollar ne ba fom. Said ye be ya antrowa bo be ba fom. And yes spare pass. Ya the dollar ne crash spare pass no. Nenso dollar ko fom a. Eni kwan say spare pass for a price e ba fom. Na moment antrowa mo na emra fom. Ameko mo mra fom dollar ba fom. Ya de isika dollar ene kokra meko de ba. Inti dollar aba fom na meko bu aba fom. Ya de dollar ene kokra jene edeba. Inti dollar aba fom inti jene aba fom. Enye dollar ne de kra cement. Iron rods enye dollar ne de ka sebe ekra. Paint enye dollar ne de kra. Inti eno ne de enkosoro. But entrowa meko momone kobi ene de the dollar ne kra inti eno na aba fom. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Norinda, big up. Why are we doing this? And they think it is politics. Omo ma dream na yo mo so mo ye politics you. Yo mo so mo ye politics. Na me ye de masema ba wi ye no. Ade bi ye me de. E wo dia e koso yi. And it has to be about the way NDC for used to me. Say, I'm the be intimidated. A Ghana for. So much in my earlier submission, and I make a baby say, NDC for train se bibi ba na ebebo etia omo a na o ma sheda edem kwasia case bi akoche high profile MPP ni na ye jai omonkwasia bra na amembu fon tantan na do Mahama ebu no na ye jai no asem ka na ye de ahoden akodi akire omokofa cocaine ABC airport the same thing omo ye diversion tactics ye wo mu omo so makochi AY ye wo mu omo se omo akochi fancy comedy adentia okochi sankrofo na yakoma bebe sori ma yeso ya be na asem na esesanke ye ka no ye nyanka NDC foko ye bibi ehun se we de ho abeda ho omanimu gu as pepepe yesi akochi abronye adentia abronye da MPP fo akoma so eni to ka se wachi abronye a ye be jai Mahama asem kakra na ye ni na ye de ahoden na ko and omo ayesa de we sa still Ghana for be say you who send for settings no more than now. E dey na yemfa nkyere wansa. When to an entry said that ho. Was what don't say ko wahwe. Mentia every time bia bibi bebe say ka oh and we have caught one to me and we have caught say na so twade. Just like they did after President Kufuor's era. Enipa omo accuse omo de omo court ni na yentumi amfa ba akokra ntum. Instead, they are using unreasonable bail conditions. Stupid bail conditions just to keep people in there because ye ni bibia ye de be there then e betumi de omo akokort de omo akotum. And so they are failing on that trend. This time around, so aba. Ya chiwe me pacho so far. MP before I invite you, ya chicho muni na. Nto mo inti NDC for patre me say, ba kokure nu o matumi adi na asem awi adi na kotun sawem. Wadwene ho. Because broni answer no becho so wa becho no wa ye investigation to we ya no de court. Ghana so dey almost say there be. Ya becho ka kire say we ya kronfo. Yeah, security for now better for interrogation. Tell us, we say you were the thief. Say yes, I'm the thief. If you don't say that, then we will deny your bail condition and you stay inside and then you stay in cell. Now media not say within. That is all. That is all they seek for. That is all they are looking for. It does not make sense. Me say, Ebiu, all these people almost say, Omachium, MP before actually we had this guy, we had this guy, we had this guy. Omumu wine, and could be aware this guy, more evidence here, this guy, and can I say me the kit to heavy, meboa? Unipa ba koben, and ometu me dinner to me. Zip, zero, shekom, nothing. But, and this needs a man country will say, even though say on to me for winning our court, MWA force away a cron for no. Waka TV3 ne join news near Adom FM say we are cron for Jomo fan kwabonten say work for no. That's what they care about. Let's destroy them in the media. They are thieves, they are thieves, they are thieves, and no. But Tombe Mobo say NDC, Ombe Mobo say. Share Ofosun cancer case. Mekaka krebi na me de manuesi for ne. Yawo bibi a friend no Whistleblowers Act. Yawo Ghana ena NDC MPW ekotena ekosi sen ena oka nsem we momentie no.
Asem we mewo abam but I was a yaka na yaka. I think that the catcher Nipani be omo Minister of Education man no. Hwese obi nice grade or dia breme community 16 amete o humi awa ya na ote se me MP no de buy ne ba no pay school be me pese me body memwa no for can say placement within a week I me push no what me the evidence I bet me 30,000 cedis for admission to the school.
What year?
Because of person one on the banner. I don't know. 300 million busa na the obano kwasa school na automatically obeba be president, minister, doctor, lawyer, teacher na say obeye den kwasa school na. But well, akwala na ho no person okọ e ho no okọ obetime sua na ade because e bo ni trim nkwala de so sa sika na nipa na ji wanya ya place no
300 million
Ghana cedis
I feel one with the entire message on Mahama and I buy Omunyansa for Omunimunyansan. This is what Kwaku Baku will call a premature ejaculation. Giddy says now Omanima Kukuase. Ofosun cancer born any day. Ofosun cancer calls Sumpa and walk I say. Scholarships, any placement near the aye tonton. And Crawford Tieska and Sana Womama any placement any scholarships. As some more can I was some panon. And it was born out of video ya me bonus say ya NDCMP and eka. Say on one constituency for ni be brand senka on more no pay school be. Nesika ne ye gino na nyiska keto na wo for ni be kura kotua to a tune of 300 million Ghana cedis. 30,000 Ghana cedis. 300 million titis kano. Said the beya ne banebeku school. And a mu invite you for soon cancer say. Mati say or say your tongue scholarship near the into me no one. And of soon cancer by and I'm interrogating no. And a muja na man call ye. A chile must say a friend afana. Na more than now call ransack. Ni fie say mo ye search no so a mo enya hwiwo. In any civilized country a laws here adwuma. Accused na so nipa na o se o meboa with investigation no. Wa beka dia onim. Dia mo betumi aka ne say onfa enyina ho emra. Na ko betumi the video ya ko say mo ankasa ma ban mu MP said that is what is going on and that is evidence enough because MP ni say ye the evidence ye den e ka ho de be kire no tieni pa o say ye the evidence be ka ho de kire no ndi say nyankwase abra bi e na before na ebo any NDC abeya kwase ampafo party to the point say Kevin Taylor Enim nyansa change John Mahama and your control John Mahama. Which you go feel for soon cancer said. I feel crowd don't be detaining no moon say giddy about I feel almost say publishing false information. How did he publish false information? Kofi Ofosun Cancer didn't go on his page. He did not go on his page to publish say Obi akoji obi sika say and as Obi akoji and waka say a false statement. That is the first place. He was in an interview. And he bisa a question na oyi ano. How is that? He rather publishing a false information. How? I want somebody to make the laws make sense to me. Or radio. So radio no is the main publisher of the news. Of the program going on. Radio no na a project their air Canada carbon thing. Semi ameko okoka asem. Si betumi achimi aye chimi to what? To come and substantiate. And sembi amekai. And na mo ankasa mo MP say, the Ofosun Cancer can some pane yampa because ya ji obi 300 million. Yampa. But what are they doing? Dancing around it to create an impression be. Na emre yeninka so. Ghana for me say emre yeninka so. Na NDC peye mobo. Aye mobo. Echene aban bia. Beba. Asem no krepa na American. They don't even know. Say, okay, say, would you Ofosun Cancer could jina court? Would you Ofosun Cancer? Would you Ofosun Cancer could jina? Oh, Charlie. Udo for some cancer, ekujina court wa. As I saw man didn't evidence about. One of the evidence is this video I have played. A year NDC for Nankasa MP Neka. So are they going to get MP no so kasa na Oma charging with false publication na omu nimu nyansa na Ghana for mo na mama omo kwan na amasa de we ni na ba me de bisia na mama wo mo e wo pepa so mo be kan bi no so etumi aka kakra na ma sorry so in cancer ya me da say why say also to me, I'm here. I say you are too good communicator. Me that say. Big man Lona.
Yes, sir, boss.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing my usual best, boss.
Thank you. So what's up today? What do you have to tell me today?
Yeah, we are just actually embracing the bitterness the NDC keeps subjecting Ghanaians to, the frustration, the agony, and the anxiety. In fact, at the moment, that has become the national anthem of the day. So at the moment, that's exactly what we keep singing.
Okay. So today, what do you have for us? Anything you want to say quick before I go to the next person?
Yes, very, very quick one. I think it's a privilege to be on your show, like I always do. So I would consider that privilege as an opportunity to recognize all those that are fortunate to be on your show. Those that are in the comment section who are doing the monitoring, the liking, and the sharing, who are giving the comments, both the positive comments and the negative comments. I will recognize them. Then I also recognize you, the host.
Thank you.
And then also appreciate you and commend you for the strategic coordination you keep doing and the advocacy you keep doing for the party, more especially Dr. Baumi and Tali. You deserve to be commended.
Thank you.
In fact, you can see what we are actually going through. Everything of the NDC is 419. I used to tell my people in the face of general election 2024 that the NDC is a political party who doesn't mean well for Ghanaians. But Ghanaians usually don't vote based on the performance of government. If Ghanaians were actually going to use the performance of governance as a criteria to always make their decision when it comes to elections. What we are going through, Ghanaians wouldn't have experienced it. At the moment, you can see, at the moment, nothing is happening in the country.
Yeah.
We are only seeing 419 here and there, where the NDC has eventually taken the laws into their own hands and then discerning heavily on innocent people that are trying to expose them. In fact, what is happening at the moment, I don't know whether the NDC, who always want to claim credit for what they have not done, always want to claim credit in the face of democracy, whether they are being run, their government is running a democratic system or autocratic system. We can't clearly substantiate between that. So what we are actually, at the moment, you can see that a whole lot of bitterness everywhere. Everyone is feeling very bitter and aggrieved about the NDC government.
Yeah.
You can see what cocoa farmers are complaining. Innocent people are complaining. You can see they keep telling us that. I don't know whether the NDC actually know much about economy when we talk of economy. Inflation reading at a single digit shouldn't be the national anthem for the NDC. And then inflation cannot be the only key actionable measure we use in measuring positive economic stabilization. No. And then when we talk of inflation, low and that of stable inflation should always reflect, always make emphasis on price stability. That should always reflect on the consumer price index. That is the CPI.
Exactly.
And then the consumer price index should always reflect a low and that of what? Predictable inflation. Yeah. But the artificial stabilization of the inflation they keep talking about. In fact, let me tell you, as a rational student of economics, there are instances where you have the microeconomic indicator reading at a single digit, where you don't see the true reflection of Ghanaians on the ordinary livings of Ghanaians.
Yeah.
And there are instances where you see some of the micro indicators like inflation reading at a double digit, where you can see that there are so many interventions that aims at what? Improving the life of Ghanaians. Now, taking the history from 92, the NDC has never, a government that really mean well, all the previous NDC leadership that comes to power from 92 up to date, they can't boast of any social intervention policy like the MPP. You can see that Ghana, the economy will lack economic policy directions and developmental policy directions. It's always the MPP that have that kind of clear-cut policy, economic policy direction, and that of developmental policy directions.
Yeah.
I am telling you for a fact.
It's a fact.
The current picture of the economy at the moment, you can describe the economy as what? A jobless economy, where the NDC is not ready to give jobs to the people. Nothing is happening.
Yeah.
92 up to date. With MPP, I can boldly highlight about 10 social intervention policy that create social benefits for the entire Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Let's not go far. Capitation grant for basic schools in Ghana. The MPP introduced it in the country.
Yeah.
Capitation grants for Ghana, where schools stand a chance to be giving grant based on the total enrollment of the that particular public school. MPP introduced it. There's another project, a universal program, the MPP introduced in this country called the LEAD project. That is a livelihood empowerment against poverty program. The MPP introduced it. This school feeding program as a universal betterment for all Ghanaians, the MPP introduced school feeding program in Ghana. This youth employment agency you are seeing today, the MPP introduced it in Ghana. But today, the only universal policy the NDC introduced, if not, they tell us that free sanitary pad policy. Free sanitary pad policy. Or no stress free for level 100 students. So sometimes we laugh. The NDC, do they really mean well for Ghanaians? Meanwhile, when John Dramani Mahama was in opposition with the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, I can always describe this gentleman or this man as a political individual in this country who is always desperate for power, but does not have the wisdom to actually understand what it takes to, what leadership actually entails.
Oh, unmute yourself, Luna.
Yes, leadership or governance always should be centered on transformative impact. 2012, way back in 2012, up to date, John Mahama cannot boast of any single intervention policy he has ever introduced in this country. The only thing he comes to tell us is free laptop, better Ghana agenda laptop. The very laptop they give to teachers, which works for only a period of 6 months, and the whole laptop got condemned. So you see what we are talking about. In fact, now we are going to do comparative analysis, but sometimes Dr. Bawumia has introduced the Ghanaian policy. Dr. Bawumia has introduced the Ghanaian political trend to a newer phase of politics for us to clearly understand the clearer picture of 21st century. Dr. Bawumia remains the only politician in Ghana who has the Ghanaian factor in him, who has the positive forward-looking ideas for Ghana. You see, in the history of Ghanaian politics, Dr. Bawumia's personality is unmatched. He has created so many universal betterment for all Ghanaians. In the face of digitalization, you remember John Dramani Mahama came out recently and was commending Dr. Bawumia for digitalization. That is a clear sign of vindication. Meanwhile, when Doctor was saying this, he was a busy person sabotaging it and saying that, oh, it's going to be a work policy. No, we don't deceive Ghanaians like the NDC deceives you. How can you tell Ghanaians that promising them heaven and earth in the face of the election 2024, telling them that if they vote for you, you are going to roll a policy called the 24-hour economy policy. A very work and empty policy, a very policy that even if John Dramani Mahama is asked to clearly explain it to a 2-year-old child, John Dramani Mahama cannot explain it. A contradictory policy, a policy with ambiguity, when presented to varied individuals in the NDC, they all give different explanations to the same policy. Why? What kind of foreigner is that? They told Ghanaians that, oh, they will roll a policy called the Women Bank. Today, they are shifting the goalposts. They are busy enriching themselves. Less than 2 years in governance. Look at what Baba Jamal was doing at Ayoaso. Where exactly did the man get the money from? These are the very questions that we ask. The NDC has deliberately introduced. See, now when you take time to look at the clearer picture of the economy at the moment, where we can talk of so many macroeconomic indicators like stable exchange rates and that of foreign reserves. We talk of fiscal balances. When we talk of fiscal balances, we are talking about lower deficit and that of debt to GDP, where government increase spending in order to have the ratio of government revenue being equal to other. See, I don't know what exactly the NDC is doing. John Dramani Mahama was describing the state of the economy led by Akufo-Addo Bawumia government as criminal mismanaged economy, describing the state of the economy as a junk economy. The very junk economy you led by Akufo-Addo Bawumia government was able to create over 2.something million jobs. But here lies our problems with the NDC. Whenever we say Akufo-Addo Bawumia government created over 2.something million jobs, in fact, they don't really get the picture. I am telling you for a fact. In the universal phase of digitalization alone, my brother, digitalization actually brings so many job creation subsets in this country. Across all regions and across all districts, NIA offices were being built, permanent structures were being built, where NIA directors were being appointed in the face of digitalization, where regular staff were being appointed. Today, the NDC is charging close to 500 Ghana cedis.
All right, Lona, try to wrap up so others can also get a chance to buy it.
Exactly. Today, so if we should tell you that we created over 2.something million jobs, these are facts.
Yeah.
Digitalization alone has given jobs to so many people in this country. The Zipline medical drones that was in operation in this country.
Yeah.
People were operating it. They had to employ people to operate those
exactly.
Akufo-Addo Bawumia government introduced 6 more additional regions to the then existing regions. So are you telling me that those newly created 6 regions, regional offices were not built, new regional ministers were not appointed, new regional education directors were not appointed, new regional health directors were not appointed? So these are facts we are talking about. But you come out of the toxic, you see, there's always this toxic political culture that runs through the most individuals in the NDC, they are blasters.
All right.
Whenever we try to let them understand the facts, out of that kind of toxic political culture, they are usually compelled not to think in line with reality.
All right.
Fact, it's very painful.
All right, Lona. Let me give some people the chance to also buy it a bit since everybody is getting a chance. So just 1 minute. Wrap up in 1 minute, please. Lona, can you hear me? Okay. Safo Boateng, Mr. Evans, the patrol, Fadiebra.
Yeah, boss.
Yes.
So
we were noise we were kakra and count to meet you kakra as a background near two noise kakra.
Okay. But she said
a patrol.
Meda senior akwanya oda mame and then you bring Yakupo in shop and eduma pa. Debia oye na busu awoye Yakupo in shop. Debia meka MPP and can call Dr. Mahama Bawumia Mpija Ghana Yedi Tina Debia or Bana Yaton Yakupo in shop. Blafinis, Maminga has been show. Sano. Yeah, not one and same beach. Now to now, we rain fee. Let me surprise, but we rain fee. What say? You beat Nasi. A friend I didn't pay. I didn't pay no come Bako. No Petra, but I said, we could be on a command echo. Now, when you oh, yeah, Gianni, and a command fee. So could Yago. If you could Yago na Mamma, ye be a come on, yes, baby, come on, bow with the man. Now, when a friend saying, and once it didn't cut a couple, Mamma, money, say, the share to Ura, and was Johnny, no way, no one, and then come and dear before Timika. And I conjure my men, conjure my mini kuno. She come at the one who say, sent to be fun from sent to be fun with Mamma packaging a grand good come up. I was and you see no one's not my password. And oh, simple be as obey or who wants an obachinary. No, who wants an obachinary. And dinner be Kramaya. No, watching once an arena. Mamma, a friend I've been paying. Some are many MPP. Kramano. Ghana for Mubia, got to Abama, friend saying NDC. And once na, NDC. And once na, also this time, Mamma show, no, any party must see. And as I answer to Mamma show me, no, what must see. Share, one say, Yaba Twabano. Any NDC for the Nada, and then throw, and then for to woo, Ghana for being money. Say, oh, you buy life, Molaita, then I go for Watum, Eddie's canon, Musicano, or the should have bush for a year. See a baby to swam. Oh, school, free SHS, you here, double track your chum, Momina, on what to tongue, and Koran double track them more, oh, cocoa farmers. Cocoa farmers and somebody more dear. Then I go for a disc and a bar. No, but I bet chimney and son, no more baco. No, the Yaka bush you have for. Can't afford the man what Tom about it fool so. And then once I know, and once I pay Kramayachin, a Kramani pay once ratchet in the Ghana for, and he say, in foot through and yan da, and the jam dam, and this for a true money. And a Ghana for Zoom says, sir, or my quarter chama a few, especially a queer for, nurses for, teachers for, doctors for, migration for, and ne. The also Ghana wrong. Maybe and ye easy. The also Ghana and ye easy. Is a Ghana will be a one channel. Be a one channel, and then oh, them are the lighted. Latin we do bear 4 or 5 times. And the Mahama, one love when to make us say, do so now, what you call moon and do so stand up. In the time stem would ye, and no why, making sure say, a power band will pay 5 and down. Making sure say, a friend saying, over generator, I didn't see what you do like another so TV no fridge. Making sure say, when to be generator, over pebble bobby. And I'll be picking the dear go and I'm going to share the fee. Papa, no, and it does not be any. Papa, why, Mama say, why you Busumbina and Nabeja Ghana for? Be any. We need to be Papa Diama Ghana. Na Ghana for Nasabi. You're funny, Nami Yambo and Yama MPP by 1 year. And this in from 1 star up to a nay woman. Say young people in the back, no baby be a Magana for yen so fast. Dear pardon, don't say we say Yayewi. Daniels will try to tax and Yayi be an abuan. Nagana for the Bima dream, a Bima dress a Kosia. You could tell flat and one to be Fabi, Sunny Bima Ganaye. Then can Tessa and Gan DC will be within Cocoa to a trouble man, this said, will not be doing so. Can for being swinging Kaya, be a your the GBP trap them 8 years. Now, Yenis for Bacano, now I might be for one from Nanka ye Kumwa, and ni power ya, dear man, now when you should benefit. What if free SH Saba, Ghana card, drone, hospital. Oh, Mamma Mia. Ghana for any pump for Ghana for any pump for Yenny better not check. Yenny better not check. In class for one. A be was 60 years, 50 years, 70 years. And no be say when you go free 4 million, 30 something million. Ubi a baba was saying that to Cocoon, now was sa, over to Cocoon, now was Sado, and a Cosado 1 year. Monsieur Fenimo, your Fenimo, the man below farm. That's a 4 year Fenimo, the man below farm, that's for the school could be, teachers could be, and now say interview post to me. That's it, if anymore.
Yo.
Come on, coach could hear. And come on, I must say, on Crasia, on the cocoa for one come see, and then go for it, and then be on the young into Millennium. And the Mukran for Sabi, Sabi, Ukran, my Jimmy teachers for Sabi, Ukran, my Jimmy. And that's a multi that's a multi what the American say? Upon the idea to be a Didim, Sabi Moon should be okay. The MVP for Namia 2028, when you on the year.
Okay. That's it. Bopa from Patron Timo. Bopa. Yes, madam.
I was here for the church. I'm going to need you, my dear.
Yes, madam.
You made a baby could have a topic.
Sir, my
topic. Once I have a topic in here, I also concern. Now, before I start, my mama on him about the TikTok bulldozer, Josie. Josie, if you are quite back, me too, catch an hour here. But we are son, a son, but me as an answer, you won't like the show. Why? Never did you manage also. My own loan, big loan, big gaps. Now, meanwhile, why? Well done for the good job that you are doing. And I acknowledge everyone here. Abusian 4. Felix.
Yes, madam.
One kasa. One kasa. Hey, Ghana. Boni ben ya ye. Na se Felix, empose ya refrain kwa na se refia dia. Punishment when I somebody my Dang. Democracy na anything. Just NDC power and man yajuma.
There you.
NDC power and man yajuma dana no be a no no be a no o 29. Na me near you say yes, if me up ma ofusun kansa. Assemble no time ya. As a samu moko odi nyantia matise there's an expose coming from Ministry of Education. And to Fosun cancer no and no more dreaming come to Fosun cancer will be a bibi action and which no more yes now so in fact NBC for Mudi Gary Botoma Upa Munkono Magbelema Munfe Binya Gary Munfe Binya Coco Munfe Binka Bele Namunfe Mungo Sofa Cube Fra 2028 Mbako. Now, me, it is not possible. Me, Yoko, CEO, but you mean at all. When they Yoko see Ubawa, come at what would you watch what because Metatos and charge for causing harm to the environment. Come at what you mind this if anybody Timun Wahu. Now, before that, the limono, you better catch us a Konako Fanya Kupo any bra. You bet you money and when himself people, you know how to do it. We know, you know. But I have person who trigger ye. Because I people who trigger any some no you call election violence. Now you more this when I was starting here. No more buyani eko. When we charge at you guys, the chief farmers when this for here more. And you know, this banning you can't say vigilantes. No more than one this banning with the NPP, yeah, the San Confabiem 2060, higher fashion, and Vamuzu, and one musha tontramuno. Yeah, pay when you say some 2060 and this for, yeah, pay you say means meeting. Means meeting, yeah, pay some will machine, you better be one. Obey your posse. It's my universal, and this is from penny from universal. Won't start because America, they are no one. Line is 2028, and I'll do 2 months. More starting project near Dwight with Dimono. Obey your more posse. We say, I did be a more. Or for some cancer, won't you carry another way? One funny move for you, and I will be able for you for soon cancer. And that's a will be pay. Now, me, I'm saying so. That for some. And I know Facebook and profile soon. Who cannot read the ensure but community. Ensure ben community tema omo demonstration ensure community omo bochi akojina Ghana Water Company what tema so omo bi ensure omo no ni nyina gina Mahama the galamsey, and they yen you no, and they are cranks you free Ghana. And say, to open yapa, koala. And it's all cookies, you know. And then bottle water, I am common Wagana, bottle water, I am normal Wagana. But that's big Ghana. Mrs. in a bottle was a share. Bottle water, they say, common Wagana, they said, they're not Obiano. Because cyanide means to be a show. Obi ansuro eto face ye nkola me se fa le say wo ye kwa afuma ensuo bi na friend tene wa eni me se ni kra jine kwa se wono ma ne de
okay
ne de and na Mahama ni DC galamsey and na yadani ayi galamsey sticker NBC for quoting galamsey sticker and ya approve galamsey me taxi galamsey yes Mahama it clearly goes to show Mahama approving galamsey epimano. And no, it's Mahama at the assembly speaking about Comomo. One first coming Comomo, Wakacho was so many galamsey, and found the Mahama, and I know my meeting, cabinet meeting, after MMDC for the say, hey, it is a key at your mamma. Ain't you know, yeah, but galamsey, no fashion. Me were evidence. Mahama papa me. That we meeting me no. Na me were inter wo. Wo Mahama ka tro mo so mo konko ye galamsey no mo fendidi. Nipa boni ni Ghana for some accusations so mo accuse NPP unnecessary propaganda and draw. Meanwhile so ban sa galamsey this shall find this excavator ni ya. E ye wo Mahama wo me so. And I start free here. Now, some people, you need to ask some continue to tell them about it. And then you are in government to want to be propaganda. We have propaganda, but show. Fellas, me no can say a bano, a corruption index. They are dropping from 43 up to 76. One letter.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
Corruption index, yes. And then Mahama, corruption, I don't know if no I don't send me a day and tintan chile a yananse no Mahama kronfo within me at a tin kurana a sika oh atayi Ghana fosika show kronfo won buy up 2 years from Munyaye Ghana 40 million sika $240 million cotton gold water Mahama to bottom Mahama what Sunday a deal like you say feel like you praying yet ye what sounds to two electricity water gentlemen chia was $1 above from dollar petrol na yakoka ntibi for bia be jana ka say mu nkofo Ghana yedi ana yamu Ghana yedi ana yamu e ba me nana me ma me krompo when the fufuo one day was odi mu pos me buara odi mu so Ghana enyi yedi ana yamu na mu ko sesa sa tuji me mu ni me gina ho no e mu na free ya me no say yedi yesi mu fa enko relief wa Gaza and a mother that you go Ghana ebe toma kwasi afo tuji me rice no ye ko come be jakas and why is I want pon kan wana ya titi pon sa no asay no and am some nkofodi baba be catch you say and one year a petrol bokofo Mahama kokofo tiomoka mu kokofo mu tiri mu kan wo be the politicians afa Ghana fofo afa ye fala na Dubai ye dey na wan yama mo obefa koko from 470 Ghana cedis o edi kwani mu a koko ni bi o kwa me chocolate pro wondi bi da wo we ye esan so atu mamu from 370 every year to 3001 ye we ne say ye pensions e dey come na Dr. Mahmoud Bawe be catch them say me free senior high school no e wo ni nti no previously no na mo mako school free senior school free high school eti ni Dr. Be ya ne say university no obi a wo ye koko ni bia wo ba bia benya free university mo se mo mpe e ma Mahama be catch them mo sa no Mahama na wo no ni mreso no koko increment kwa wa ma no bi mo bre ba mi bi abe catch so be ma 7,000 6,000 sabi o akola approaching me akola we 9 years 10 years kwa pompre sikeni bre edo wafa e ba ni se na Felix mi amaye mefuo enya me no ba ye no ma be wa be to me no ba ye na me pa o tese tia beka me pa o to mu teacher for nurses for wo ye adwuma ti so pa che wan sa na e cha wo ka you guys are sick bam. What Jimmy and crosses something Jimmy some I didn't mutim. I dreaming in Juma. I didn't me. What for me dream my Juma mouth. My son me spending time, me energy, my risking my life. I hear Juma mouth. Not to say me call demonstrations and what you have become. What Jimmy. Ya catch them. Especially most teachers now more teachers now more ya ba mo nche beji knowledge no mo timi tell mama Mahama be dada mo ye can be atem mo ntie ye can be atem mo ntie wo ye adwuma so aje ko demonstration ta me etia wo ka importa mo a will you vote for such person importa mo a sebe adwene wo fo mo a ya mo at the science too much. Most of you start in Vianney, Quana, Munia, Papa, start in Vianney, it's a gene protein, a nutrient, and a
That's it. Mamma.
Jimmy, those fellas, Jimmy, those too much. No, the Pia Pania the Casa, the Pia the Casa, the Pia the Casa.
And they're still doing the same thing. They're still doing it.
Was it Munko demonstration? Munko to sneakers among your demonstration.
I know.
Yeah, because for me, yeah, because when you have power, we
I know.
Fellas, yes, so buy a bonia. Who don't sabe a bona no, they would be
get that pro. No.
The trouble Macacra, the trouble Mahama Cacano, Befiati,
Sabe.
No one trouble my doctor Baumia.
But as Josie Yanko. Josie. When you to know, unmute yourself, Nyanko. Papa Josie. Okay. We knew what about me.
Hello, Moaho.
And
boss,
Pacho, we read that, Yanko. Joe, I do so, Yanko.
Oh, fellas, wait dear. Which I will be our some joy for with Jimmy film so quite was Yakoda. Once I saw a Muslim Becassa now, Yanni, man. Say, go now, I saw no best what they say. No best what they say, just 1% Casa beyond.
Or see the Casa.
Oh, yeah, they are full poor Casa. Transform a cura meha, I didn't Casa. Was your four? And you be dear, but dear no. Yan Tana, my mom said, no, my mom says somewhere you don't know, Mamma, with Diablo Chill. Near no moon to fee, ever. I could have kept twice when you're kidding it. Smoking and Saban one more. Saya the auntie say, I better on the swore. Nin I galam say, music and you play. When this in 4 b.m. say, or 2 gala good, no, and a beman and yeska, when him say, would me go school and answer, why would me be a juma? And start telling Kakan, clad be a short to cut for. Moa, ye can't must have a soya networking. When you and a moment, I go for the pencil, and yes, so a networking one, as I meet them feeling and what's your for. Omuyo man den DNA, rich Yabogan, Kenny. Of our fellows, they say, dear Mahama, do so no akoba agrada pao.
Ade.
They die, no, it can.
Oh.
No, can you so any agrada and I say,
Miankasam area, Saint Sandra.
So, it's so what near grad and Yamia Patana and my Bontia and Neds with them near Coon. The H wo ewo Ghana and we call some person bedroom canyon. The say, ah, baby. I what dinner ho, or baby. Doom saw him. And they say, one near grad and acquisition is one bone and then go for young one was say. February, the and so far in an airto. And so, Nadia, Dumuson, Wakwaji, agrada between the petties, were doom. And we bet me at them 4 days. Oko can, yes. And so yes, I don't. I can't wait. Yes, maybe I go money at the ade. He sent me an huma. Cool nine. Did the fata. More papa, much in the cool ye. A cassay. And then be a gun benefit bank and a debate bray. Quack your phone no more baby a pejano. Musu, you must come on from no money more. Huh? Omo then man, we won't catch some more mobusin. By yet, Juma, why did me call the court for me sick and bread me? Now there may be deep and me, and then you may draw so ya the echo. And no dear more and Cadebria, papa way back, no quality economic one. Then be a president, a vice president, you know, a dahima. Puna contractor, what's the idea? See, we almost a vice president in the head of
economic management team.
And so economically, you won't say, Mamma. So, the Mama, Eba, I wɔte ɛkwan ɛma nkrɔfoɔ ɛkɔkɔdi fufuo ne abunabunu ne ade ɛde ka ɛsa abere wɔ ma Ghana wei ɛkasa yi wei adwen bɛn na nkrɔfoɔ na wayi wɔ wɔn no ɛwɔ wɔn tiri mu monopause adwene na na sɛ deɛ bɛ pipi adwene no wɔn nyɛ wɔn de no so kakra wɔm alagate no adwene na wu ɛdeɛ bɛn na wɔn de bɛka ho ama ɔman no akɔ n'anim a da bia wo de committee na ano baba jama akosua ne ne meko ya okɔkye yi ɔta akɔte ho committee ɛna kata yi wɔn ɛna anim sɛ yɛto aba ɛnneɛma atwa guo agye akora a yɛwo no mo de na na ɛwɔ fam because mo de kyewia ne so oboro na na mo de ɛna mo so ma upgrade mo na baba de mo kɔ 32 ɛno kora ma mi na kɔto twɛde ka ne 5000 TV se ukura 2000 ukura ubenya bi bo ma kira wo se TV na ndisi ni obeyi se free SHS wo ho de baje nkokon nketinketi ye ni se wo turu man ade ye esumbu bi enti na sia ye beka tese ye ma akokwa ani ama akosi aka ho no ne yeso de be campaign wankosua ni makwati mi yeso ya ba ama obi awe ne dia ye de be upgrade ne kakra ko se na ne edi kosua na aso na pampam e de amam because mo crampa de pa abayifuo we watu fia wonko wani NDC ayeti se fie bayi aso wane wo sere enso ono ana ye wo de bia ye kwaye ni mu ani akofa ko musuo fuoi wo ma ba bebo nipa so bo wo ma be kan se magu nipa so wo ketre maneda wo manum ye ka kire wa de meje de so o ma sefo ni ise chan wo na ogoda da if because entity ebe pa na NDC ye nkrofo na nyame nwanwa sanya na anto because 100,000 ne de enhyeda nya yi bia enti yan ne ebo bibi gu yeso ahoye ahonhom ebe wura MPP mu ene pesemi nkuminya kasa bebrebe me wo fadi ba bia yobo yodapo ene wojeje ne ho wa America nkobie de aka ne so o wa yesi no ya hana manake kabo ene me mamu breaking news ai omunyina aka ho ne anya akoma ama Ghana fo ami America 18 because 8 ne de ne de dakwam ye shop fo adonum a oboye eti ne bia fa to ye wo se communicators no muntimi nka ya ba be kan ade me se me ko ayi abofo anya abofo akomadan me twa me ni hwe ni fa sudan ne wo chine si na dan wana babesi dan we gu we school ben no omo si university na si sa osi akufo ado na ese me si nana won fa feles pani kwahwe nka sa yesi me ami de mani ehun fi di kadochi papa na juma wo boy no ekwan wo ye ndisi bai wo di pikasi abansu yosole am yaso nkwa didi na na esi beda ado ya cement for attend the nation beda so Mahama asaje ya pini so enso ye hu so di pikasi kra because ekufo ado ayeniema bebra na oba woso to aso na nso sika na o ma community no ene ono ani record papa ma me ka kire Ghana fo okwa ya ma ne bosia no enti na wonya sika ntu akuafo no enti se la yi o mu tete niema bi so we ya ne ya se aka so amefo interchange no eno bi ne ekon han abre akuafo no me ka kire wo ne me ka bi o mu tete so because Mahama no oni credibility awadi kwagina ho ami ade bosia bono amani bidi abebu mai because omunim se ye de man kro mfanya ade papa utiminya sika ma abakofa Anthony Joshua ebe ni nam ha I show speed no kwasi ampani okuje to abla kwai ni tiri ho se bibuchi ayakwa ho ntwuman ekoma no friends passport obi be kan yank na dwuma ebo na ba di awrepo ebe part no is align na pantan sekwafu acha wono ni yiri we di se otumfo ablafo ebe dige na tem ono ade a wo mu ye na ni se sika no entuakuafo enyambia Ghana ekufo adom promote ye dada abrochire wo mu ba afibia ama bi mu kura ba apply citizenship ade we nya I show speed ene de ya to ma app ne so Ghana ya bobra dada ana do adawroma free beyond ene hwan wo mu ba mo kura mo ba ye ene so atie because almost see the standard of living, so and near my subordinate. Enti na nema omo ba ne so tie enam say ni gwase ye beka munti ena mo kofa so speed no be ne nam ha e bo ketutwe ato Ghana fo so meanwhile kuafo no no makofa kokwa a hya ne nsem e kare mi wa do kokoko no so ntua ne dan se munum nyansa na wo nkrofo farmers opetimi de ne yam kom no de akodo afuo wo mo so yamfanya wa mo botani kura ba na ye yiye eni magi no aye yiye magi ye sei banchi di nti na wo so bi de e banchi mole be dada.
All right, Rapomame na
tie dia no teacher for asem de me ka bi mimi bia yamfani wo mo na pe bi wo ye come on graceful human beings ba ko e teacher for nurse for kura de e teacher for wo de man kura won to ma omo teacher ni awo development we nyina timi bi na meka tira we say 8 years was a baby ba na we obehunu nyansa it of affiliate me na si obi international.
All right, Baumia san yanko.
Mr. Palace, Chiao.
So
Mama, it is possible. Yeah. Also, home media and such a phone. I say you, you could a jana labina. Boy, home or didn't say a bitch me a day, a tournament. But church, we have 4 platforms. Mr. Palace,
yes,
kind of a percent. Some kaka.
Go ahead.
MPP, Mrebi or Horn, but you say.
Go ahead.
Okay. Mrebi or Horn must say, answer as a so be so life as a communicator, no beboa party, no. Mrebi sequences any pano own to me, Yana, Padarama.
San can it be you?
Because some people say, if say, Obi per se, Ebia or Galamsey site, only the Akoso, near my Akoso no enye. Ebia was so big, and I saw camera seems to say, or your communicator, or bois. I can't dear near my bonny Akoso, Galamsey site, or Eddie Abois. I'm a real senior, and maybe Sequayana, New Patriotic Party.
I'm renting Sequay, adding.
Okay.
A bit depending on their whole year, do because some of the properties are private properties. It's own to me in video on a private property. Law no American. Law no can
You won't say sample for what much shas here and one to Galamsey, and I want more by the wasso. What you say? And the best won't talk of you. No way, you baby power the best one or 2 hours, also best out of you.
Yeah.
And TV now, you call position. I will see a shiny may because you're nearby you. That's
okay. Queen, when I say, Mr. Fence, maybe I don't know.
Oh, minim, Charlie. Minim pa, go ahead with your submission, bro.
And then sanity, yes, sir, New Patriotic Party in Penny for. Yeah, no UGB. The communicators, I Juma, you cool school, no dear. It's almost a fee. I'm comparing a bed to a bed. Omunjai, there's you and another strategy in formality for the party. Now, it is possible as I know a cast in Miami Queen. A dear Japan said, Unu bitifi. Now ye fiura. On a channel like doing a channel what I be on a back of Mamma. Now, I give it be or don't some come out with town for. Eh, yapa, chebi pia. New Patriotic Party, election a lose 2024. The Ukraine, the party executives need be amboy. It is a say, and Yama crossway. In Quebec, you what one man now what Pia Bontian, what is the actual been a way dear Cardo Namono. As in Confoy Achom, I am the pass Yachomo, Yan Chomuni and Chom being count. If you shall send the pay, send Koyo Busiania, a Cardo Saboyam. They come their quack, we say. Party executives, no, a been more for party, say, a my Japadia Bina, say if the OPBB, none in San Can. As what 10-year gaze. Ebia for party so much apadi bi. Say ebia o hwehwe sen ka bibi beba. Ana ne nsa beka bibi na ne nsa nka. Eso 10 years against. But enkyere sa even a crew bia wo mara e guide crew no. Mr. Felix me de besi wona matoa abambone a ekoso.
Yanko.
Esa ye brenisha. Eso bi so ye de
e baby Yanko.
Nyamia no mrekwani. Say Kyo government aban etimi ache Honorable Kofi Ofosun Kansan yesro mo omo release kokọ akuafo sika mfa mo se mo tumi anya daje ache Honorable Kofi Ofosun Kansan kokọ akuafo sika no ade enche mo release mfa mo na mutumi ade ma ne yasa kwiani na dua ni kokọ se eno ne japade obetumi de ahwe ne basku eno ne japade obetumi de ahwe eno ne japade obetumi de abo akoma NDP aban so enko akiri bia o eya afimu ani o ase Ghana for ya gene nko so eya afimu ani o ana mo ba abonte be ka kire se ana do dan ko akofo ado tema otia konwa so no koko price ana nke so de gen koko ni sika na borosa oba no wachem what the farmer ko fo no so afa efa etro be ni iti sadia woni ba omi na ebu man no sana ba omi aso be ye e de san entro no nkontomponse buwe e de to akuafo tirim e ma akuafo koto abaditi a New Patriotic Party enei obeka say koko ese ya ntwa na nye 6,000 7,000 esna koko no price bi a e wo from pa so aban na de be koko the price no e de cost ko do 3,100 ene de wa ba beka say koko ese ya tobrosa ne tobrosa obaya akuafo sika nya dey emba adan na mutimi ya de ma ne yasa it is a kuani bi yare no pesca to adru no de koko akoma koko kra chire siska mai ese kuani ni wu a woni bi se sunsun so ne so no me e be ba wo aban ne so who dey say enya o ya aban but e be ba wo so it is much much Honorable Kofi Ofosun Kansa e dia se manya asem bi etia ne dia e de esrema baba bone na mobu no ye nhwe ba bia mo de akuafo no Ufo musika mo sanse emerwafo ne kokorafo mu a ya pamo ma ba betefi ye de dada se maban ba ma wo se ne ma poto wo se school no e kwan bia so a wo fo be so be pe sika dia ma ma ko school ni de mo pe ntiesem wo release kokko akuafo sika mfanya dai fa mo
all right
sami jamfi yesre wo kokko ni de ni say sorry gold ni de ni say wo se gold wa ton aboka itu die kaka na aka no wo de waban ni ntimi nya kokko akuafo sika moma wo de pebosia fa mom no ntwa kokko akuafo ka na manfo ebre ebi timpentim kwa ebi su ebi brepa ima bafa no that topic medase
Ima Yanko Ima Mr. Ima Emmanuel Omutu why Wamutu Omutu nakasa. All right, Dante say Yanko na time ni o mama yan enter to me and sorry so are we going to be hold on one for me Facebook YouTube yeah the SEO yeah the SEO unyame MY unyame adoma Friday yeah be say aye den share bio all right me that say bye bye chomo hold on kasa